Proving invalidity. To prove invalid this argument, that is, first premise E implies F with G, second premise G implies H and I, third premise not H, conclusion is E implies I. Now we have to prove invalidity of this very argument. To prove invalid this argument, we have to put 0 below conclusion, below implication. To prove this E implies I false, we have to put 1 below E and 0 below I, because the relation of implication is false only when the antecedent is true and consequent is false. Now we have already proved the conclusion is false. We have put 1 below E and 0 below I. We have to give the same value in the first premise. Below E we have to put 1 and below I we have to put 0 in the second premise. After that, if I is false in the second premise, of course in conjunction, if any of the conjuncts is false, the whole formula will be false. So H and I is false whether we put 1 or 0 to below H, it doesn't matter. If we put 0 below H, then also it will be false. So we have given this value of 0 to H. H and I is now false. The consequent of this implication relation G implies H and I is false. So to prove this whole premise true, we have to put 0 below G so that we can find this whole premise true. So by putting 0 below G, we will find the relation of implication between the two true. Once we have given the value of 0 to G in the second premise, we have to give the same value in the first premise. So this is the relation of disjunction between F with G. To prove this relation of disjunction true, we have to put 1 below F, 1 0 is equal to 1 in relation of disjunction. We know that disjunction is false only when both the disjuncts are false. Already we have got 1 in this disjunction F with G. Now we have 1 implies 1. Already we have put the value of 1 to E. So 1 1 1, this relation of implication is true. We have put 0 below H, so we will give the value of 1 to not H, and so the relation between the two premises, that is E implies F with G and G implies H and I, is true. So we have put below and true. Now the relation between both these premises and the third, 1 1 is 1, so we will put 1 below this conjunction. Now we can find that all the three premises are true and the conclusion is false. If this is the case, we can derive the conclusion that if the premises are true and conclusion is false, therefore this argument is invalid. It must not be the case that premises are true and the conclusion is false. For proving the invalidity, first of all, we have to prove the conclusion false. After that, we have to try to prove the premises true. If we can prove this, then the argument is invalid. If we can't, then the argument is valid.